And we are live. Hello, 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 guys. Welcome. It is your favorite wellness advocate girls, Keisha and Ivy. And we chat you and you, the interactive wellness show where it's all about promoting self-care, holistic health, and confident, energetic living. Yes, right? So today we are talking about movement and body positive fitness. What the heck does that mean? Well, stay tuned because we have our special guest on tonight, Miss Jillian Byers, who will introduce you to her in a moment. She's going to tell us all about it and how we approach fitness from the body positive perspective. I am definitely looking forward to what she has to say and the conversation tonight. I hope you are as well. But first, before we get started, I'm going to take care of a couple of items. One, this is Chat You and You. So we'll talk about what we're chewing on tonight before we start chatting. And then secondly, if you have any questions during the show, you can leave them or ask us any questions on the event page where you RSVP'd on the Google Plus page. If you're watching after the show, just keep listening. We'll tell you how to get in touch with us to answer some of your questions you may have. All right, so tonight, I'll go first. Now, not chewing on anything, but I'm sipping on my protein shake here with a little spinach in it. So I'm trying to get in some more greens in my life.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got that going on. I ate a heavy lunch, so I don't want to eat too much tonight, and it's kind of late. So this is what I'm sipping on along with my water. What about you, Ivy?
I am doing berries. Y'all know berries is like my go-to chew on the Chat Chewy show. So I have berries over here, and this time I'm not going to spill them on the keyboard, guys. So I've got, okay, there you go. I got some strawberries over here, and I definitely have water. Like, water is usually my go-to liquid. So that's what I've got for the evening over here. And I'm curious about what you put in your shake. Is that something that you made yourself, or was it pre-made?
Okay, say it again. It was a little garbled up.
That's okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I do, clearly.
Okay. Your protein shake, did you make that yourself, or was that something that you bought pre-made?
It is actually a Shakeology shake.
Okay.
And I just put in bananas. I got some spinach in here tonight. Peanut butter sometimes. I didn't put peanut butter in tonight. Only do that like in the mornings possibly. And I don't usually like fruits in my shakes except banana because it's thick and consistency. I don't like citrus fruits or anything in my shakes. But that's pretty much. Da Vinci syrups. If you've never used Da Vinci syrups, they are awesome. They are 0-calorie syrups, flavorful. They have butterscotch, chocolate, caramel, all that type of stuff. And I put some of that into my shake as well, depending on what flavor I want for the night. So that's what I make. And yeah, delish.
Cool. I have never heard of those before, so I have to look them up.
Yes. And then Shop and Save or Schnucks, I'm sure, they're birds. They all sell another version as well. But
Okay.
I can buy them online. You know, I'm an online shopper. I just go buy like a case of the ones I like online, and that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wish I got paid every time I said it, but I don't. So Da Vinci.
What about you, Jillian? Did you bring anything to chew with us tonight?
I just have my tea. I eat
Okay.
early, so.
Okay. What kind of tea are you sipping on?
It's, oh boy, I'm trying to remember now. It's some fancy name, some cherry mojito or something like that.
Oh, that is fancy. Like fruit.
He said mojito. It's a party tonight, y'all.
Right.
It's just herbal tea, but
As soon as you said mojito, like my ears perked up. Really? Okay, yeah. Well, I definitely am excited to have Jillian here. And for all of you who don't know, Jillian Byers, the reason that we named the show Mindfully Active is that is actually her company and her brand. So she is a certified fitness trainer, and she approaches fitness from a body positive perspective. And what I love most about how Jillian approaches fitness is that she meets people where they are and helps them work on their goals of where they want to go, and helps them to honor their body in the process. And she also offers it in a digital format. So even if she's not nearby you, you can still connect with her and get the training that you need. So I'm excited to hear more about her perspective and for her to share with us tonight. So welcome, Jillian.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So can you tell us a little bit about Mindfully Active, just like the how you got started in it? How did it become your passion? What made you take this pathway?
Yeah, I kind of, as a lot of businesses, started with me. I had exercised on and off my whole life. Kind of enjoyed it. I'd get a big spurt, and then it would taper off, and I wouldn't exercise for a while again. And I came across, I don't know if any of you have heard of Fly Lady, but she has kind of a thing, you can do anything for 15 minutes. And she's more with cleaning and house organizing stuff. But I kind of converted that to exercise, and actually took it down to like 5 minutes. Like, okay, I can do 5 minutes a day. I can commit to that. No matter what's going on, I can do that. And I often did more than 5 minutes, but I kind of always let myself come back to that. And I started building, and I found some programs that did some basic in-home strength training, which I'd never done before, and fell in love with it. It was so exciting to see the concrete improvement. It was a very big confidence builder, and my exercise grew from there, and I started doing more, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a career. Teaching high school I decided was not for me. And so I thought, maybe personal trainer. So I looked into it, started studying. I never had an A&P class before. I get my A&P book. It's totally foreign, but I loved it. So it's just been exciting. I find it very fascinating to learn more about the human body and the way we move and how to make it fun and how to function and feel better. And so I just kind of fell in love from there and have continued pursuing it.
Awesome. Were you about to say something, Keisha? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was actually, when she mentioned
Okay.
school wasn't for her, I was thinking those little crumb snatchers got on her
nerves. So can you tell us, Jillian, what is body positive movement or body positive fitness? Because some of us who are in the wellness world and we're coaches and things like that, like we might be familiar with that terminology, but some of our viewers may not be. So could you explain it in a way that they could understand it a little bit better?
Sure, and this is kind of my perspective. I was realizing I don't know if there's an official definition somewhere or not, but yeah, the idea is just, I think, working from what you've got and saying, hey, I've got an amazing body right now that can do all kinds of great things, and I may feel very limited in various areas, but I can still do what I can right now, and that's a valid place to work from. And to kind of let go of the stress of I need to lose weight or I have to look a certain shape or I have to force this kind of a thing, and it adds a high level of stress to exercise, I think, where exercise is supposed to be a de-stressor in my mind. And so, yeah, with body positive, it's just focusing on what your body can do instead of on what it can't or how it should be, I guess, is kind of how I would look at it.
That's pretty awesome. Like, that's I actually haven't even thought about it that way before, but I like that perspective, is focusing on what your body can do and what your body is now. And I like that you said that you have an awesome body, because, so many people, especially women, don't feel like they have an awesome body if it doesn't look a certain way, or they feel like they have to always be working towards getting an awesome body. Yeah. So in saying, hey, I have an awesome body right now that does amazing things, I think that's a concept that might even be new for some people.
And Jillian, I have a question for you about that. in your journey, at what point did you realize that you have an awesome body? What that means? I'm trying to see if there's a way we can get other people too to realize right now, before any changes are made, that yes, you have an awesome body.
You know, it was a process. I think way back, just starting to build that strength and realize that I was capable of doing things I didn't think I was capable of. Like, that was really powerful because it seems so distant if you can't do it right now. So building up to that was powerful back then. But I still very much was trying to shape my body at that point as well and had that stress. And so then it's been a process of realizing that being at home in my body is where I want to be. And hey, yeah, I think that process is going to look different for a lot of people depending on what our background is and how much we've been told we should be doing this. You know, there's a lot of shoulds around. You should be trying to lose weight. You should be trying to look a certain way for your health, for your everything. And just slowly start changing that. And I think for me, especially the past little bit, to just feel at home in my body, it's that alone is so powerful. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question or just
yes. This is thank you.
It's a process for all of us to kind of start exploring and even getting that concept of, oh, it's even an option to accept where I'm at and to feel at home where I'm at and then move from that point. I mean, of course, we're going to grow and change, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, but to do it from a place of, I just recently bought a home, so I kind of feel like, yeah, we were always making improvements, but I still feel at home, which is very different than feeling like you just constantly need to change something because you hate it.
Oh my God, yes, that energy around having that thought and that energy in your body that says something is not right all the time, that's weighing. And trust me, I know. You know, it weighs us down.
Yeah.
And I like that you mentioned that, coming from a space of loving your space, including your body and where you are right now. And I think the perspective around that idea helps us to understand and make better changes, too, when we come from a space of love and acceptance of ourselves right now. So I like that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question that kind of, I guess, it piggybacks off of this. And this is kind of a spontaneous question, but, you know, I hear this a lot. So I want to put this out there for a conversation. But I know people say a lot, well, if I feel happy in my body now, what's going to motivate me to work out? You know, because we're used to and we're taught to, like you said, always be working towards changing our body. So a lot of people feel like, well, if I'm working towards the weight loss, or I'm working towards 2 sizes smaller, or you know, I'm trying to lose so many pounds, then that keeps me motivated to work out. So if I'm not working towards getting smaller or losing weight or having this outward transformation, what is it that can motivate me to work out?
Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of things, actually. There's a lot of things. There's different activities of what you want to do and be capable of doing. I know for some people it's playing with their grandkids. It's being able to get on the floor with their kids, or to go on hikes, or different activities that they want to do, to be able to carry in the groceries. I mean, there's all levels to being able to function better, to not get out of breath when you're walking down the street or going up the stairs. So just general functional things are part of it. I think for many of us, at least, if not all, the body likes to move. And as soon as you start exploring that and realizing that and listening to it, the body's going to say, I need to move. I want to move. They're just made to work that way. Mm-hmm. We work better when we're moving. And so I think there's that kind of internal motivation, and then a lot of external goals for just building strength, being able to accomplish things, building confidence, and then health. I mean, it has a huge impact on preventing various diseases. They say it's one of the best things for brain health, actually, is exercise and preventing Alzheimer's and stuff like that. it's amazing. I'm continually finding research. It helps with depression, all kinds of things that you just function and feel so much better when you have a program that feels good and that fits you and that works for your body. Obviously, it can have a lot of detrimental effects too if it's not done right, but yeah.
So what I hear you saying is, in a nutshell, body positive fitness is not about getting to the next size or dropping the last 10 pounds or even the first 50, right? It's more so about doing what our bodies naturally wants to do, and to live our lives in a quality way, not just we're here 80 years, but what is that last 20 looking like? That's what I think about. Like, if I'm here a good 60 and I've lived the best life ever and I was able to do things that I want to do, that's better for me than living to 80, but the last 20 I'm on bed rest. Or I'm just here and can't really do anything. So yes, that's what I'm taking from all of this, and so I want other people to understand what it means to them, what body positive fitness and movement is like. So I want you guys to think about that as we talk about the rest of, talk through the rest of the evening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love that word quality, because I think it's about quality. I mean, a lot of studies show you might live longer too, but I care more, about the quality. I mean, I could be in an accident tomorrow. That's another reason for focusing on today too. You just don't know how long you have, and the more you can enjoy it right now, the better.
Okay, so here's another thing. When you are working with your clients, do you often, as you're talking to them and understanding where they are, or meeting them where they are and helping them to move forward, when you're talking to them about accepting what you have and who you are right now in your body, how does that change their attitude in terms of their program and going through and really being successful in their program? Can you speak to that? I want to hear what your clients and things have gone through with that.
I'm trying to think of exact specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just relaxes things. It makes it less uptight, and I hope, I'd have to get some specific feedback, but I hope it allows them to come to me with whatever bumps they're facing in the road, because they don't feel like I'm judging them at all. They're able to say, oh, I'm really struggling with this. Okay, let's try different. It's not necessarily about trying harder. It's let's find what's going to work for you. And so I hope it creates a safe space. I think that's probably some people, I think, want to get out there and just be pushed really hard, and they're doing ultra athlete stuff, and that's great. But that's not my target audience. And so for my target audience, I want them to feel safe and they can relax and then explore movement from a safe place, which I think helps people keep going and not give up because it feels too overwhelming or they feel too embarrassed.
Yes, I'm glad you said the word relax, and I think that's exactly what happens. For instance, from my perspective, again, another process, like you said, it's a process, and we go through this, right? Over the years, like, I'm happy and I'm not happy. I'm happy, I'm not happy. What changes am I going to make me happy? All that type of stuff with my body. But I love that, relax. When you are coming from a space of, here is what I created. Whatever body you have, we created it, right? So here's what I've created. If I'm not happy with it, yes, there's some changes I can make. But if I come at it from a space of, I accept what is now and work through what I have now, it gives me that space to relax. I love that you said that. The space to relax and say, okay, nothing is perfect. I am not perfect. So as I'm going through my journey, there will be ups and downs. There are going to be bumps. But I am going to allow myself to experience this and relax. So this is not like this stuff built up on our shoulders into, oh, my God, I failed at, instead of doing an hour and 30 minutes on a treadmill, I can only do 15. I failed. I'm going to stop. I'm done. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yes. I love that you said the word relax. So relax, guys. Take a deep breath. All of those who are listening, do the breath. Take the breath thing. I know you didn't do it, so do it now. Do it now. You're looking at me. Go ahead and take a deep breath and relax within your body and in yourself. And I think from that space, you can only grow into moving your body in a way that pleases it. And just listen to it. It tells you what it wants. We just ignore it a lot.
Yeah. And I think that's true. We're so afraid that if we relax, we're going to give up. Like I think Ivy kind of talked about.
Yeah.
But when we truly relax and we really check in, we want to do stuff that makes us feel better. And we're able to actually process what is going to make us feel better from that point, where when we're uptight and analyzed, we get in this tight little ball and we spin and we give up, or it doesn't do any good.
And I think another thing for me that I had to realize when I started embracing a body positive mindset around fitness was that fitness and movement can be about nourishing my body rather than punishing it. And I think that for me, I can think back to I think it started in middle school or high school gym class was when fitness became about punishing your body. That's the first experiences I can think of with fitness where it was move, run, you ate too many dollars, and from there, the mindset is that it has to hurt. You need to be punishing yourself for the things that you ate. You need to be punishing yourself for not being in a certain body type. And for me personally, until now, was introduced to fitness and movement as something that you do to honor and love your body. Like you said, the body likes to move. I do this because I have fun. And, I can pick a fitness that I enjoy. I don't have to purposely go out and find something that's going to make me feel bad about myself just for it to qualify as fitness. Because, and maybe we can talk about this, we've gotten into the mindset, especially in the American society, of the militarization of fitness, where we feel like it has to hurt. We have to be going through extreme measures of pain and suffering and uncomfortableness in order to feel like we're earning, our calorie burn, or we're earning our weight loss.
No pain, no gain, right?
Right. Have you seen that in any of your clients that come to you where they're in that mindset and you have to retrain them, or have you experienced that?
A little bit. It hasn't been too bad, maybe because I'm more kind of clear in who I'm targeting, and it's people who are done with that. But and there's such, I think, I do see a lot in Facebook groups and stuff like that. There's this mentality of, the marathon is the thing you're supposed to do for your health. And this pushing this and it's actually kind of crazy because marathons actually aren't that healthy for you to do. I mean, they have their health benefits, and I have nothing against them for people who enjoy them. That's great, but it's not a gold standard of health in any way. I mean, it's a repetitive same motion. It's not
right.
And so I feel like I'm constantly trying to get people to kind of go out of this fit box, as I like to call it, of treadmill, gyms, marathon. That's what exercise is.
Yeah.
So much more than that, and just helping people realize that there's an endless amount of options for doing stuff that's fun. One of Ivy and my friend Shelly she just trained a client for a gumboot throwing contest. I mean, it's
that's cool.
What you can do that's so much fun and as simple as gardening or whatever. But I do find, kind of along this line, is as a personal trainer, we typically think you're there to push people hard. And I often find I'm having to bring people back. No, you need a rest day. You need to stretch. No, your body wants to slow down. There's pushing too, in a good way. That's fine. But there is a lot of this mentality that I have to do so much every day and be in pain, and it's just not true at all.
Yeah.
There's different kinds of working hard. Go ahead.
I like how you, like you were talking about the thing, you'll give tips sometimes on Facebook, which you guys can follow her on Facebook, that just simple things, during the fall, like you said, hey, take the opportunity to go out and rake your leaves today. And that sounds like a lot of people oh, rake leaves up, but that doesn't sound like working out. Raking leaves is a workout, okay? raking them and put them in the back, like, especially if you have like a big yard and you're out in the, that's no joke. Like by the time you're done with that, you definitely, I mean, if you think about the raking motion and then you're doing your bending and then you're doing your lifting and then, you know, I think a lot of times we don't think about the movement that is involved in those types of activities, or washing the car, or shoveling the snow, or like those kind of things. We don't give ourselves credit for those being ways to move and be fit in everyday life.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're feeling pressed for time, to be like, oh, I can kind of hit two birds with one stone and get this stuff done. And house cleaning can be, it depends kind of how you do it and of course your level, but you can make house cleaning more of a workout. You can turn music on, you can squat in between, you can run in place back and forth with the laundry, you can, you know, do all kinds of things that, and vacuuming in and of itself usually is, depending how big your house is and if you have stairs, it's, you know, it gets you moving.
Oh, the stairs, oh my God. That's okay, that's why I've been looking into that. I think Dyson has a product where you don't have to carry the base and all that. You just take the little handle piece.
Yeah.
It runs on its own. But then I don't get my exercise in, right? Because I don't have to carry the vacuum.
Yeah, but if you don't like doing it, you can go do something else you enjoy. So
exactly.
And even just playing, you know, go watch kids on a playground. Oh my goodness. Follow a kid around for 5 minutes and woo.
Right.
Yeah.
So any moms out there young with toddlers and stuff, I know you're getting some exercise and running. Oh, yeah.
They're lifting, they're getting their weights done too.
Oh, the Ivy freeze up.
There we go.
I'm back.
All right.
I had another question. Can you give us some tips for people who are not moving, like maybe they were moving and for whatever reason they stopped, or maybe people who have never really been into movement or fitness for whatever reason? Can you give us some tips that will help us get out of that stillness and getting into incorporating movement and fitness into our lives?
Yeah. One is start small. Let yourself start small. I think it's human nature to, like all of us, I think we experience this, you know, go big or nothing, or it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you 5 minutes of exercise really does do you good. It really does in and of itself. Aside from the fact that it's also going to build your habit later, but it does in and of itself. It gets the oxygen flowing and it's great. Find little ways. I mean, it doesn't even have to be 5 minutes. You could do wall push-ups, like 5 wall push-ups, you know, to start. It can be really small, depending on where your level is. You know, maybe it'll be doing your house cleaning with a little bit more energy or something like that. But yeah, let yourself start small, and then schedule it if you can. I know people work differently, so if you know you work differently and you can do it without a schedule, don't listen to what I'm saying. But for many of us, if it's not scheduled, it's not going to be done. It gets put off and we don't do it. So even if it's just 5 minutes, and to tag it on to something, which is kind of similar to scheduling, but another way you can do it is to tag it on to something you already do. And that is a great way to build a habit, because then you don't even have to think about when you're doing it. You just know automatically. You know, after I take it, well, or brush my teeth in the morning, I do this, or...
Oh, that's when I do calf raises.
Huh?
That's when I do my calf raises, when I'm brushing my teeth. I'm not doing anything but standing there. Do my calf raise.
Yes, exactly. While your coffee's cooking or something's in the microwave, and you can even fit these little things throughout the day if you're not ready for a big chunk. You know, pick a few times when you can do that. Yeah, exactly. And build from there. And then keep exploring and trying things to find out what you're going to enjoy and what lights you up. Because it really seems to vary from person to person and you just don't know. But then you'll try something and, oh my goodness, it's so much fun, and you smile, and something else, it's like, it's okay. So keep trying things, because the more you love it, the more you're going to just naturally come back to it as well.
Right.
I remember that was a few years ago. there was a time when I was just like bumping. I'm not exercising because I don't like it. It's not enjoyable for me, and I don't want to. I don't feel like it. Not only did I not feel like it, I just didn't like it. I'm like exercise. So when I heard the word exercise, it was like exercise. I mean, it's a chore, right? Is what I thought. But so I tried to trick myself and say, okay, don't say exercise. Just say, you finna go to the gym. I don't know, whatever. I had to try to trick myself to drag myself to the gym or what have you. And it's like, still was but whatever. But now it's more so, okay, let's do 10 minutes. For me, it's 10 minutes instead of 5. It's 10 minutes. Yeah. If I could just do 10 minutes, then that's my mark. If I go above and beyond that, it's gravy. But most of the time, I can tell you about 95% of the time, unless I'm just being extremely lazy, I'm going more than 10 minutes, right? And so I would challenge you guys to do the same. Like Jillian says, 5 or 10 minutes is enough to, if you do that, then mark that off your list. That's a win. But if you could do a little bit more than that, then cool, you've done more. That's gravy. Just add that on to, hey, you've done a job well done. So I would highly recommend the 5 and 10 minute mark. And by the time you look up 5 and 10 minutes, oh my God, you put the shoes on and you start doing something. 5 minutes is gone, really. So yes, I look. Today it's been 10 minutes already. I could do 5 more. I could do 5 more. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whatever it is.
I'm glad you mentioned that you still do that, because I think it's easy to think, oh, that's just what I'll do at the beginning, and then once I'm doing a lot, I need to stay at a lot. But life happens, company comes, you get sick, all kinds of things, right, pull us off of this habit. But almost no matter what, I mean, you can do maybe 5 minutes of stretching if you're sick, and it keeps that habit going. To always let yourself come back to that for whatever reason. Sometimes the body just needs a break, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as you find, what you enjoy, it's, exactly. Like I said, the majority of the time, I was doing more than that, but whatever works. Exactly. Yep.
I find that for me that because I am a person that has to schedule it in my calendar or it's not going to happen. And I also had an aversion to the word exercise.
Yeah.
From just negative experiences around, the word exercise. So I had to put it in my calendar as body love time, which just felt so awesome because it's like, yes, this is my body love time. So this is the time that I'm loving on my body with movement. So that helped me. And then if the day came where it was like you said, things happen, cramps, I don't know, I'm not, time didn't fit like I thought, just doing like one small thing helped me feel like I was still maintaining my integrity and sticking to my commitment. Yeah. So, maybe even though I had scheduled in 20 minutes to work out on a regular basis, and maybe for that day, whatever, I'm just not feeling up to it. But maybe, getting on the floor, doing a couple of leg raises or doing a little bit of ab work and then being done, I still was able to keep my routine even though it wasn't as long. And for me, that helped me kind of like stay on track because I'm one of those people who, if I miss that day and then the next day and the next day, then I'm just off for like 4 months of not doing anything. So I kind of had to do something just as like almost like a placeholder so that, I could almost like the mental connection of, okay, I did do something and just to stay on, on track with myself and feel like I kept my promise to myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was just reading an article the other day about how saying the word done, checking things off, is so powerful for our minds. It just keeps us going and moving, and to be able to be like, okay, yep, I did that. And it really does impact the length of the habit and keep it keep it going. And it does do good, a few things of and the 5 minutes, use that if that works for you. But if just doing something works for you too, there's nothing magical about 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. Yeah, it's just the fact of doing something that is, and I love that this is my body love time because we're moving all day to some extent. But to have a specific time that is given to your body to focus on what it wants in
Mhm.
a movement. And movement is a good word instead of exercise, because I know that word can be triggering for a lot of people because there's so many negative connotations with it.
Mhm.
And keeping in mind, yeah, that broader thing again, dancing to a song. I had someone go, well, that's not exercise. What? Yeah, oh, it is.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? Here's something else. Those who do like to dance or who do like to move in that way can do. So I set up on YouTube a playlist of my favorites, and some of them I've actually found versions where there are slides to the songs, or some type of line dancing or some type of choreographed something. Learning that while you're listening to songs that you like can be fun as well, and that's exercise in and of itself.
Yeah.
So that can be something fun you can do. Just throwing out another idea for those who are looking for ideas to move their bodies. And you can do it at home. Nobody has to watch you. It doesn't matter. Just nobody cares what you look like. Just do it. Because some of those moves I cannot do. And I'm like, ooh, I'm looking crazy. But that's okay. I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, you're moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Jillian, what can we tell, like, some people who, like, maybe have tried it and they feel like okay, I've tried the exercise thing. I know I've heard this even with some of my clients, like, I've tried it and I can identify with it because I've experienced this mindset where you tried it so many times and then, you're inconsistent, or you stop, or you tried something and then it didn't work, or you got an injury, or, so then you get these negative emotions around working out. How do we help those people reframe their mindset around exercise, fitness, and movement so that they can get back into the game?
I think it is a reframing, and then even journaling. I view exercise this way, but it can also be this way, and then you kind of can journal. I've seen that exercise with various like limiting beliefs and stuff like that, and giving them the words to reframe that, to say, oh, it can feel good. I can do something totally different than what I did before, or I can get a trainer and be taught how, because a lot of these videos and stuff are even their beginner ones are totally inappropriate for some people. And so if you go and you try that, it just feels awful because you can't do anything and the body doesn't feel right and it's awkward. And where if you work with a trainer, they can help you really start where your body is at so that it feels good instead of like it's having to push to do weird things, and build up. I think there has to be a willingness to reframe that. And, for some people, it may just take more time. I mean, we all go through phases, and to just kind of let people have the space they need. But if they're open to reframing it, to kind of put in those new words of body love and movement, and it can be dancing or gardening or finding out what they enjoy, or what did they enjoy as a kid? What kind of activities were fun for them as a kid often is what we would still enjoy now. And assuring them that they can let go of the exercise that they didn't like, and they don't have to do that again unless they want to try it in a new way, can help.
And it's amazing, like, how that's a novel concept, and I can't say that I always had it either, that if you don't like something, you don't have to keep doing it. Like, you can stop.
So true. Yeah. Yep.
It seems simple, but
way.
I've been through that where it's like I didn't like something and I felt like I had to keep doing it because it was exercise, and I never even thought the exercise was supposed to be enjoyable. I just felt like, well, this is one of those things that you just do, like taxes. You don't like it.
Oh my God. And speaking of taxes, today is tax day.
That's how it was. It was like, you know what? I don't really like this. I don't enjoy it, but hey, I've grown up and I have to do it. Like, that's how it felt. Like taxes, or I don't know, vacuuming or cleaning the bathroom. It's like stuff you just have to do. But it can be enjoyable.
Yeah. The options are just so endless. They really, really are. Yeah. Yep.
Now, when you said starting to work, like you said a couple of times about exercising from where you're at, or meeting your body where you are, or approaching fitness from like your current state. Can you kind of explain to people what that means? Because I think not everybody kind of understands what it means to exercise from where you are.
hmm well, there's a lot. I mean, if you've ever watched a fitness DVD or something like that, oftentimes it can feel like the moves are hard to do, or you're straining to lift the weights in a certain way, or the body feels uncomfortable. Um, and so oftentimes fitness can just be like, nope, this is what you're supposed to do, and it's supposed to be just this way. But by listening to your body and going, oh, it doesn't like to move that way. Like there's a really good article on squats, and it shows how the different size hip bones, different leg bones, our body structure from the bones is different in each person. And so
Hmm.
exactly where your legs are for a good squat is going to vary. Now there's some basics to good form that apply to everyone, but there's a lot of variation in that a subtle adjustment can, oh my goodness, make all the difference in the world to something feeling comfortable.
Hmm.
Push-ups is a great example because people, oh, do push-ups from your knees. That's beginner push-ups. Well, no, not really. That can be really difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wall push-ups, you can do them off the wall, but people don't know that, of course. And so
Yes, I did those yesterday. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
there's all kinds of constantly adjusting it for my body and what I feel like, and even day to day. Just meeting my body where it's at, listening to what it wants, and altering stuff for that so that it feels good.
Yeah. Now let me tell you why I got so excited. I'm sorry to when you were talking that I just like, but I was standing in the kitchen, right, warming up something in the microwave, and I was, there's the doorway, and I put my hands on the wall. So while I was there, I was like, hey, I could do like some. So I started like, hey, I've got some push-ups going on. So, while I'm waiting for my food to cook, I'm getting in some artwork. So that's why I was excited, because it was one of those instances where while you're doing something else, you get in
Yep.
some movement or some fitness.
Yep. Love it.
Go, girl. Go, girl.
And I felt like I was just doing some randomness, but you called them wall push-ups. So see, it is exercise.
Yep. And it starts to become fun, I think, when there isn't this, am I burning calories? Am I doing this? Is it, it's like, no, this is going to feel good. This is going to make me stronger. And you can fit it in throughout your day, and then you start realizing that you're doing it more and more, and I like the word nourish that you use too. I love that word of just feeling nourishing and energized, and feeling good is a word I use a lot. I mean, it seems kind of like just kind of a basic phrase, but who doesn't want to feel good?
Now, can you tell our audience like how they can get in touch with you, what it is that you have to offer right now from Mindfully Active, and what you have going on?
Sure. So my website is mindfullyactive.com, so pretty simple. I do online sessions, just kind of like this similar setup with video sessions, so it can be right in your living room. Excuse me. Nice and easy, so that works well, and I do, sessions with that, often focused on kind of strength training and building that up with body weight or whatever toys, I like to call them, that you have.
I like that, toys. I'm going to start using that word.
I like that terminology too.
One of them actually, like, there's a warning on one of my things that says, this is not a toy, because they're, all the secrets. I'm like, give it to me. And my nieces and nephews all think they're toys. So yeah, we have a lot of fun, laugh a lot, and design it completely for you and for your day. I work a lot with my client this last week. She's just getting over being sick, and it's great. With Skype, I don't have to worry about catching it. We did a nice, easy routine. I adjust very much day to day on wherever you're at. So that's my main way, and then I'm also working on an online course right now. I'm going to be beta testing it, so it's going to be cheaper this next round in May and a lot more one-on-one interaction than probably it will be in the future. And it's starting people at about 5 minutes a day, working up to about 30. And we'll do like a very slow, progressive strength training routine in your home with very little equipment. And then on the other days, we're just going to try to explore a wide range of moving and how it can feel good, to kind of expose you to different things to hopefully find what people really enjoy. So I'm working on that course. I have a Feel Good Full Body Warm-Up that's for free. People can sign up for on my website. And if you get on that list, then you'll be sure to get any information about this beta test that I'm going to be running. So that'll be your best way to kind of follow up with that and make sure that you hear about it and get the discount if you want it. So yeah, I love the warm-up. I still use it all the time. It goes through the whole body, and I find it's a great way to kind of check in and go, oh, what do I need today? What does my body want today? What's stiff? Oh, okay, and I love it. So that video comes with signing up for my newsletter. So yeah, and then I'm on Facebook almost every day. I don't post a ton, but just about roughly once a day. At Facebook.com/mindfully active. So email me anytime, and I'm happy to just hop on the phone and chat with people for a real short time too, and kind of help you get started with no pressure. Just love talking to people and helping you get going.
Fabulous.
Awesome. I just put up the website, so you guys should be able to see the the live link to mindfullyactive.com. So you can click on that and get all the information that you need from Jillian. Oops, I actually just clicked on mindfullyactive.com. I'm going over there on the website myself. I'm about to get my workout on right now. So do you do anything live, or is everything all virtual if people want to connect with you?
Right now it's all virtual, but
Okay.
I'm in Newburgh, Oregon, a little bit south of Portland, so I'm definitely open to discussing or talking with people about stuff live. If people are in my area, I would love to connect.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, next time I'm out that way, because I want to visit Portland again. I'll be contacting you. Yes.
Yes. Do. Yep.
I lost my sound, guys. Sorry, so I missed that part of the conversation.
We were talking about you.
Oh.
We didn't say anything bad.
Good. You all were behaving, right?
Yeah, of course. We didn't know you couldn't hear, so we lost our chance.
Right. So, Keisha, was there anything else that you wanted to bring up in our chat today before we start closing things out for this episode with Jillian?
Only to say, Jillian, thank you so much. This was a fun and very, very knowledgeable, from your perspective, chat. And I hope that the people who are watching get something from this, even if it's just to move 5 minutes. We got nothing else out of this conversation, guys. Jillian said it, move 5 minutes. So I wanted to make sure people understood that if they fast forward to the end, then this is what they hear. Move 5 minutes. That's it.
Awesome.
And she did say if you can't do the 5, you can do a little bit less.
Even less. Yep. Just do something. Yep.
Do something.
Do something, right.
Do something. There you go. All right, well, Jillian, it's been awesome having you. Is there anything that you wanted to say before we close out? I want to make sure that I also give you an opportunity if you wanted to share anything before we finish.
Thank you. I had not this coming to mind right now. I'm sure I'll think of plenty once we sign off. That's always how it works.
Right.
It's been amazing. It's been awesome talking with you guys. Thank you so much. And I'm excited, like I said, to to talk with people and help people move, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and thank you all for watching another episode of the Chat Show and You Show.
Mm. And we are live. Hello, 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 guys. Welcome. It is your favorite wellness advocate girls, Keisha and Ivy, and we chat you and you, the interactive wellness show where it's all about promoting self-care, holistic health, and confident, energetic living. Yes, right? So today we are talking about movement and body positive fitness. What the heck does that mean? Well, stay tuned because we have our special guest on tonight, Miss Jillian Byers, who will introduce you to her in a moment. She's going to tell us all about it and how we approach fitness from the body positive perspective. I am definitely looking forward to what she has to say and the conversation tonight. I hope you are as well. But first, before we get started, I'm going to take care of a couple of items. One, this is Chat Chewing You. So we'll talk about what we're chewing on tonight before we start chatting. And then secondly, if you have any questions during the show, you can leave them or ask us any questions.
Company and her brand. So she is a certified fitness trainer, and she approaches fitness from a body positive perspective. And what I love most about how Jillian approaches fitness is that she meets people where they are and helps them work on their goals of where they want to go, and helps them to honor their body in the process. And she also offers it in a digital format. So even if she's not nearby you, you can still connect with her and get the training that you need. So I'm excited to hear more about her perspective and for her to share with us tonight. So welcome, Jillian.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So can you tell us a little bit about Mindfully Active, just like the how you got started in it? How did it become your passion? What made you take this pathway?
Yeah, I kind of, as a lot of businesses, started with me. I had exercised on and off my whole life. Kind of enjoyed it. I'd get a big spurt, and then it would taper off.
Pre-made.
Okay, say it again. It was a little garbled up.
That's okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I do, clearly.
Okay. Your protein shake, did you make that yourself, or was that something that you bought pre-made?
It is actually a Shakeology shake.
Okay.
And I just put in bananas. I got some spinach in here tonight. Peanut butter sometimes. I didn't put peanut butter in tonight. Only do that like in the mornings possibly. And I don't usually like fruits in my shakes except banana because it's thick and consistency. I don't like citrus fruits or anything in my shakes. But that's pretty much. Da Vinci syrups. If you've never used Da Vinci syrups, they are awesome. They are 0-calorie syrups, flavorful. They have butterscotch, chocolate, caramel, all that type of stuff. And I put some of that into my shake as well, depending on what flavor I want for the night. So that's what I make. And yeah, delish.
Cool. I have never heard of those before, so I have to.
On the event page where you RSVP'd on the Google Plus page. If you're watching after the show, just keep listening. We'll tell you how to get in touch with us to answer some of your questions you may have. All right, so tonight I'll go first. Now, not chewing on anything, but I'm sipping on my protein shake here with a little spinach in it. So I got trying to get in some more greens in my life.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got that going on. I ate a heavy lunch, so I don't want to eat too much tonight, and it's kind of late. So this is what I'm sipping on along with my water. What about you, Ivy?
I am doing berries. Y'all know berries is like my go-to chew on the Chat Chewing show. So I have berries over here, and this time I'm not going to spill them on the keyboard, guys. So I've got, okay, there you go. I got some strawberries over here, and I definitely have water. Like, water is usually my go-to liquid. So that's what I've got for the evening over here, and I'm curious about what you put in your shake. Is that something that you made yourself, or was it look them up?
Yes. And then Shop and Save or Schnucks, I'm sure, they're birds. They all sell another version as well. But
Okay.
I just buy them online. You know, I'm an online shopper. I just go buy like a case of the ones I like online, and that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wish I got paid every time I said it, but I don't. So, Da Vinci.
What about you, Jillian? Did you bring anything to chew with us tonight?
I just have my tea. I eat
Okay.
early, so.
Okay. What kind of tea are you sipping on?
It's oh boy, I'm trying to remember now. It's some fancy name, some cherry mojito or something like that.
Oh, that is fancy. Like for
He said mojito. It's a party tonight, y'all.
right.
It's just herbal tea, but
As soon as you said mojito, like my ears perked up. Really? Okay, yeah. Well, I definitely am excited to have Jillian here, and for all of you who don't know, Jillian Byers, the reason that we named the show Mindfully Active is that is actually her